is cutting your fucking skin off and turning you into my new fucking wallet.
I'm saying for somebody who's like in a wealthy westernized country who has access to all the foods they need on a plant-based diet, it's basically a moral imperative for you to choose plant-based options. Pretty much everyone in modern Western civilization has access to a grocery store where they can get all the nutrients they need from plant foods.
Lentils.
Because that's the best choice that I have.
So you're just basically saying your choices are ethical, but mine aren't. Because I have to eat something, and those are the foods that cause the least amount of harm.
How many vegans do you know?
Lentils.
I'm talking about being the most ethical person in the world just because I don't eat meat. I'm saying if you have the choice in a grocery store to either eat plants, like buy plants, or buy animal products, the plants are the more ethical option.
Lentils. I know you like lentils.
We need to eat to survive.
Yeah.
I'm choosing options that cause less harm. And your argument so far is, oh, well, you cause harm, so that means I can cause as much harm as I want.
Lentils. I know you like lentils.
How many vegans do you know?
There are more ethical options.
I mean, why do you go to the store and pick your items? I know you're going to say
lentils.
Lentils. Why do you pick those?
Lentils and oats, because they're good for me, high in protein, and they don't cause much harm.
But some harm, right?
Yeah, obviously, but everything I'm going to eat has caused some amount of harm, but I choose the foods that cause the least amount of harm. It's not a zero-sum game.
Consistent. You don't see
that?
Yeah,
it is. That's the most ethical option available to me.
So you're saying that
this isn't a zero-sum game.
You're saying lentils. I know you like lentils. Okay, but do you eat plants?
Yeah.
And you're suggesting people to eat plants, right?
Yes.
Lentils. I know you like lentils. How do you morally justify a farm of your plants taking an animal's
Because that's more ethical.
Lentils.
It's a more ethical choice than buying meat from the animal agriculture industry, which causes more deforestation and requires more land, than just buying plants directly.
Lentils. I know you like lentils. Basically, what you're saying is you need to reduce suffering to an arbitrary amount that you've decided.
Not an arbitrary amount. I'm saying like as much as reasonably possible.
So what's reasonable? I mean, that's arbitrary. You can't just say...
No, it's not. Like, reasonable is... Okay.
Reasonable isn't...
Listen,
is objective.
When I go to the grocery store, I'll tell you what my options are. I can choose lentils, beans, rice, or I could choose steak, chicken, fish, eggs. Those are my options. But I choose the foods that cause the least amount of harm.
How many vegans do you know?
Lentils.
For fuck's sake! You're not, like, when you make these arguments, you're completely unaware of the reality of the situation. The reason why? No, you're not. The reason why we're growing so much corn and wheat and oats
lentils
place is to go to the animal agriculture industry.
So lentils. I know you like lentils.
How many vegans do you know?
Use a lot less farmland if we all were to go on a plant-based diet.
So you're saying that because some of the crops are going to animals.
No, the majority, not some, the majority. The animal agriculture industry actually reduces our overall food supply because we give these animals grains that we could otherwise be consuming ourselves. Yeah, humans are essentially more valuable than animals, but I can also respect animals and say, like, you know, they're sentient beings, they have a right to life, and I have to live too, so I'll try to live in a way that reduces as much animal suffering and death as possible. It's not a zero-sum game. No. Answer me. Like, if you're going to say that all suffering is justified because we can't eliminate all suffering, do you think that it is immoral to drive cars because some people are going to end up getting killed by cars?
So you're saying that driving cars is the same as eating food?
No. We don't have to talk about animal rights.
Explain why the animal agriculture industry is perfectly morally justified. Why is it okay for you to buy chicken, cow, and pig from a grocery store that came from, like, a farm?
Well, I think now you're getting into just whether or not you're culpable for the purchases you make at a store. I mean, that's a whole other argument.
Okay,
Are you saying that I'm the one killing the animal?
Yeah, essentially you are. You're the one paying.
So you're the one killing animals too when you buy plants.
No. Look, the fundamental problem you have is that you can't understand that indirectly causing some sort of suffering and death, like, in a small amount of it.
But I just said it was direct.
A massive.
It's direct.
That doesn't matter. It's still
You said your argument was about intent, and you're saying that direct doesn't matter?
So you're not talking about intent anymore.
Let's talk about animal agriculture, which is where the vast majority of people get their meat. Why do you think it's okay to raise cows, chickens, and pigs and kill them?
Okay, that's a good question, but I think at first you have to
No.
Why do you think it's okay to raise cows, chickens, and pigs, and even fish to some extent because we do farm fish? Why do you think it's okay to kill those animals in agriculture when you don't need to?
I never said that I think that's cool, and then I also, we do need to. We already established.
So then you do agree that the animal agriculture industry is immoral?
It's animal cruelty.
Okay, so how are we going to kill, like, what's the figure now? I think 50 billion? We're talking about billions anyway. Maybe it's 500 billion. I think it's about 500 billion land animals that are murdered each year. How are you going to kill hundreds of billions of animals?
I'm not going to kill animals. I've never killed an animal in my life.
And why is that?
I don't know. I mean,
would it make you feel bad if you killed an animal?
Why do you go to the gym every day? Why?
No, would it make you feel bad if you killed an animal?
Yeah, I mean, why? I'm not going to kill an animal.
Okay.
I'm not saying.
So you agree that it's morally wrong to kill animals?
No, that's not answering the debate.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake!
Why are you asking the same question over?
So you can't answer. Okay.
No, it's just because you lost
You
the
can't
debate.
answer. No, you can't answer. Right, you can't answer that.
Nothing to do with the morality of eating
Right,
meat.
so you can't. Okay, so if it has nothing to do with morals, then why wouldn't you kill the pig?
Why wouldn't you gas a rabbit?
Fuck's sake!
So why are you choosing to eat foods that cause more harm?
So
why is it acceptable?
You're back to reduced harm.
You can't answer these questions.
Why do you go to the grocery store and choose to buy cow, chicken, or pig when you don't need to? You could just buy more healthy, or more ethical options.
I mean, why do you go to the store and pick your items?
Okay, and why do you eat cow, chicken, pig the rest of the year? Why is that morally justified?
I mean, we already went over this. You're just
no, we didn't. You just claim we already went over this when we didn't, and you won't answer the question. So just answer the question.
Well, we were talking about what's the most morally ethical.
No. Just
for fuck's sake!
Answer the question. Why do you go to the grocery store and eat cow, chicken, and pig when you don't have to?
Because when you go to a grocery store, you see options on the shelf, and then you pick things.
Right, and you could choose to pick the
options that cause less harm, like lentils and oats.
Well, so can you, but you don't choose the least amount of harm. You don't choose deer meat. Nice, bro.
So again, this is another.
I told myself that you would have truly lost if you pivoted to nutrition, and you didn't.
I'm not pivoting on anything. I'm just
did it, bro.
You're not considering the full context.
Don't even know when you lost.
Okay, and there's also more ethical options than even that, and you just refuse to go that far.
You're just repeating the same nonsense you've repeated before.
No,
you don't think if you deliberately choose to support an unethical industry that is just overtly unethical, like you're talking about killing billions of animals for no justifiable reason.
So we are agreeing that you're moving on.
Anyone is responsible for what they purchase.
So I beat animal rights, and then we also beat reduced suffering.
No, you didn't.
And now you pivoted to nutrition.
For fuck's sake!
Like,
well, that's
there's
why
a reason why we have
a pivot.
No, we have. No, I'm not. Like, again,
we already
frame this
proved
in the context of animal agriculture.
Moral.
So, are you saying you never buy cows, chickens, and pigs to eat?
See how you did this before, and I'm not going to fall through pressure.
You can't answer these hard questions.
You sound like a little kid.
It's a yes or no answer. Do you eat cows, chickens, or pigs?
And pigs?
Okay, so you do. Okay, why do you think that is morally justified? Okay. So you can't answer the question.
Yeah, I mean, dude, you don't let me talk.
You can't answer the question. Yeah, you're not talking. It's a yes or no question. Like, it's a yes or no question. Do you eat cows, chickens, and pigs? Why is that morally acceptable? And then you start making.
Okay. I'll play. I just like seeing it heated, but
yeah, great.
Yes, I eat cows, chickens, and pigs.
And why do you think that is morally acceptable?
Because we all eat meat.
Is cutting your fucking skin off and turning you into my new fucking wallet. I just want to put my foot through the fucking thing and step on it until it's nothing but blood and pulp on the fucking pavement.
In some places of the world, most people support jihad. Does that make jihad ethical?
No.
Doesn't matter who we are, 'cause everything hurts just the same. There is nothing we can do to stop the pain from spreading in our lives.
Lentils. I know you like
I don't-
lentils.